You can increase your productivity by 5 or 10 times overnight by putting the 3 methods into action that I'm going to give you in my free course. So go download it right now by clicking the link just below here. What do you do about being stressed? I had another question coming from a young woman who said, I'm the manager of a store and suddenly I get this task I have to do. And I don't know how to do it. And then I just have to do it because I'm the only one. Well, this is what we don't see. That stress is something that most people shy away from, right? It feels bad. So how do you shy away from it? Do you push through it or do you pull back? Most people pull back. There's nothing wrong with that. But why didn't you just pull back? You got employees in the store, right? They didn't get that assignment because they're not the manager. They didn't push to become the manager. You did. And so now you're stressed about this assignment. But this is what we don't get about life. Life used to be very stressful. You had to run from lions that wanted to eat you. You had to go without food for several days because you hadn't, caught anything or you couldn't find any food. It was a totally different environment, and it's been so for the most part of human existence. Now, we're comfortable, right? And so we don't see that pain of stress is actually what makes us grow, what makes you even happier, what makes you even freer. Why is it freedom? Because the next time you're in a similar situation, it isn't stressful, right? I remember the first time I had to, hold a meeting with a high-profile, CEO in the newspaper industry, and I was like shaking when I had to go in to be the key account manager or salesperson in that environment. And then I did it again and again. And over time, like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was just home base. Nothing like, if you're afraid of dating, for instance, just go on 100 dates. With the only focus you have is to just desensitize yourself to that situation. So instead of having a focus that makes you nervous, you just go into that situation and then train yourself to think, before that was a danger zone, now it's easy, right? It's just home base. Hey, so who are you, right? That's the way to deal with life. So stress is, and if you're feeling a massive amount of stress, then of course it's about you taking on something that really pulls your strings, right? And you might want to, in life, make sure that you put yourself through stuff that is manageable. And that's the way to break out of your comfort zone as well, right? Because when it's out of your comfort zone to become a manager. It's out of your comfort zone to take a stressful assignment like that. It's going to be stress. As long as you get out of it again and you don't have a permanent situation of stress, that's just how it is. You're a warrior. You do stuff. You push. And if you push, you encounter resistance in all kinds of forms, as stress, as people who get mad at you, things blows up in your head because you won't settle, right? Like we talked about in the previous video. So that's the first step to dealing with stress is to say, hey, hooray, I'm in a situation that most people won't go into. The stress most people deal with or have to deal with is being in a job and then, getting all kinds of jobs in the job, right? Can you do this and can you do that? And then they don't say no because they don't have any relationship to personal management and say, yeah, I'll do it, right? Or they have unrealistic deadlines and they just have to do it. What will happen if you don't do it? Well, then my boss will get mad at me or whatever. But we don't deal with our inner life, so we don't manage that at all. We're just totally at the effect of saying yes to commitments that are impossible, right? Or we're stressed by a coworker that doesn't like it, but we're not used to moving in our lives. We're not used to pushing. So we just sit there as sitting ducks, stressed about some semi-permanent situation that we can't do anything about, like this, right? The stress you experience when you get an assignment that's, right, dangerous because you might fail, or like you're in a new job that's very demanding, is out of comfort zone stress, right? And when you say yes and no, become better at dealing with that kind of thing and then push, right? So push yourself out into stress, maybe not with the same, huge steps, but step by step. Then that is the life you dreamt of. That is the life that's going to give you everything you dream of because you constantly expand, take on more, become less afraid of stuff because you learn to deal with it and you learn to be in it and be peaceful. So this guy over here is just freaking out in the same situation that you're totally comfortable with, right? That's the way to get freedom. That's the way to be powerful. That's the way to then have the power to create the results you want in your outer and inner life.